it that hard?
Is that a felony or a misdemeanor?
Listen, we're not going to debate here on camera, okay?
Oh,
You're going to answer my questions, okay? And you're gonna provide me your identification.
Am I legally obligated
You're being
to?
detained right now, yeah.
What crime am I being detained for? I need to know what crime
Where's
I'm...
your bag over here? You're littering.
I'm littering.
You put the bag down over there, but yet you're not saying nothing about it.
Are you going to de-escalate this, sir? He pulled me over and asked me what I'm doing here, and if I go to school here...
Do you go to school here?
No, I don't go to school here. But then he asked me why I'm leaving. I said, I'm just riding around the parking lot. And now he's asking me questions, saying I'm littering and I'm being detained. And I'm being detained.
Drop the bag over there. You can't even answer a question.
I'm not legally obligated to answer your questions. What's your name and your badge number?
That's statute.
Is that what you tell the judge?
Yeah, that's what I tell the judge.
Can you de-escalate? Can you de-escalate this situation? You need to stay away from me. First, it's 6 feet.
What do you tell the judge?
I don't have to tell the judge. I'm a private citizen.
Talk to the sergeant here.
Are you the sergeant?
I am the sergeant.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for de-escalating this.
Okay.
What's your name and badge number?
Sergeant Basor. I'm with the Genesee Township Police Department.
Thank you for being professional.
All right. Is this your vehicle?
Hold on. I don't request any searches or seizures of my property.
It's your bag and you left it
Is it
there.
your bag? Yes or no? Is it your bag? Yes or no?
Yes, it's my bag.
Okay.
You put my bag down, dude.
Why'd you throw it down?
I don't have to answer your questions. I'm not illegally obligated to answer your questions, for one. For two,
I don't know who you are yet.
Right?
So
I've done nothing wrong, though.
Okay. Let's start there. Who are you? What's your first name?
Am I legally obligated to answer who I am?
I told you who I was.
Right, but am I legally obligated? I understand that.
Back somewhere. You lost my rights to privacy for that bag. Okay? If you move away from it, it's now littering. He's saying that you're littering. I don't know it wasn't your bag.
I'm going to tell you this, all right? I come here and I practice riding my motorcycle. I take my bag off and put it right there so I'm not riding with it on me.
Okay.
All I did was pull up, check my tire pressure, put my bag down, and he came up to me asking questions saying I was being detained. That's an illegal detainment.
If he felt, based on everything that's going on in the crazy world that we live in right now, people that leave bags around, that we're at a school where there's kids at and practicing football, he deemed it suspicious. He doesn't know who you are, so he's checking you out. I know he's asking us some simple questions.
And that's understandable, but suspicion is not a crime.
Okay, if he deems it suspicious, just the same as if somebody was driving a motorcycle in your neighborhood, just hear me out.
Okay, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Somebody was driving a motorcycle in your neighborhood and they dropped a bag that was near their home, or near your home, when you want us to at least check them out?
100%, 100%. Right, but it was the way he did it. It was the way he did it. It was very unprofessional and aggressive. And he was treating me like I'm a criminal, like I did something wrong. And then, are you going to be professional and identify yourself? You're a member of the public. No, you didn't. What's your name and your badge number? Thank you for being professional.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
It is open to the public.
I didn't share it. That you illegally took my information. So he just said that's exactly right.
Because he has a lawful opportunity to do so. Listen, I don't even know who your first name is. If he deems it suspicious and he's checking it out, he can do so, lawfully do so. And that's what he's doing here today. Why are we making this so much harder than it has to be?
It didn't have to be hard. It didn't have to be hard at all. All I said was, what I asked him, he asked the question, I asked the question.
Okay. All right. So, as it stands,
It didn't start out being defensive.
I don't.
Did you forfeit this bag when you sat it over there?
I don't forfeit my bag for sitting it over there.
You drove it away, like I just got done saying. If you left it there and drove away from it, you lose an expectation of privacy for it.
No, that is not correct. You're telling me I can't sit my bag down to practice riding my motorcycle?
But you jumped to a conclusion and went right to the defense. All you had to do was tell him.
No, I'm not legally obligated to tell him anything.
First of all, I don't even know who you are.
You don't have to know who I am.
Okay, if he deemed it suspicious and he's checking it out.
Suspicion is not a crime.
You're operating a motor vehicle.
No, I'm not. I'm parked. I'm parked.
At the time you were.
I'm parked when he pulled up. I was parked.
Okay. Do you have an identification? Do you have an identification?
I don't answer questions. I'm not answering any questions. That was very unprofessional of him. It was very aggressive. I'm glad you de-escalated. I don't know what he would have done if you didn't de-escalate that.
Okay.
All right, we're good.
We're good. What do you mean we're good? I'm gonna.
Want? You want something else done?
Yeah, your card.
What
I
do you
want your card. I want your card.
Talk to the surgeon.
I want your card.
I'll make sure you get it. You
I
talk
got
to
it
him.
right here.
I
Thank
got it.
you.
I'll give it to him. You told you he was Officer Stachy.
Right, but that's ridiculous. He's a member of the public.
And he's doing his job. I'll give you his name.
I got it. We'll sit to you right now. I can write.
You're
Please stop this thing.
that was understanding me understanding.
I'm sure, again, in the same circumstances, if it was at your home, you would want us to check that person out and ensure that that's who they are.
Understandable.
Now, you do have a legal obligation to know. We need to know who you are. Okay, if you say no, I'm not telling you who I am, and we're investigating something that we deem to be suspicious, now you're obstructing.
If I'm being detained for a crime,
Yeah.
he detained me. I didn't do no crime. He legally detained me. I didn't do any crime here.
Okay, detaining is different from an arrest.
Yeah, but you have to detain me for something I've done illegally.
To ensure that something isn't going on, and he's done so in enough fashion. Okay, he's done so in enough fashion to determine that there isn't a crime present. Right? We could have taken that extra step and said you're demanded, and we're demanding that we see a license from you. But he didn't.
I mean,
He's comfortable as to where he's at with it, and we're leaving it as it is.
you're cosplaying me
sir.
right now. You're cosplaying me. All I did was pull up here, and I was gonna practice riding my motorcycle. He pulled up, asked me a bunch of questions. I was like, okay, what is there a reason why you're asking all these questions?
Okay.
And then he got all like ego out of control and started saying I was detained and that this and that, and like all I was doing is asking him why I'm being questioned for illegal activity. I'm doing nothing illegal.
Whatever
And then he
happened,
illegally searched my bag like I'm doing something wrong. I understand that, yes.
Once you leave something there, he's checking out to make sure there's any weapons, especially with school shootings, with everything else that's going on in this crazy world. He's ensuring that we're keeping our kids safe here. And if you have an issue with that, then you really need to think about
I
what
do
your
not
answer
have
is.
an issue for that.
Okay, I would think it sounds like you got a good level head on your shoulders.
I'm
Okay?
trying to. I just didn't like
All right,
the
so
way he
then-
approached me.
Okay, maybe not. Maybe there's a lot of different ways. When my boss approaches me sometimes, I don't like the way he does it, but you know what? He does it, and I listen to him, I respect it. So all we're asking is that we get the respect that he came here to check something out that he deems suspicious, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in doing so, he found that everything was fine, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so are we done?
We're done, but
Did he do his job?
I mean, I feel like my rights were violated.
Okay, if he deemed it suspicious and he detained you for a time until he could deem it, it wasn't suspicious.
You can't detain someone without a crime, though.
No.
Suspicion's not a crime.
There's a difference. A simple detainment is separate from an arrest. Are you in handcuffs?
Well, you could.
Are you in handcuffs?
No, sir. But
have you been told you've been placed under arrest?
No, sir.
Okay. So all he's doing is talking with you to deem whether or not something was suspicious. And yes, at a school, after hours, when there's no other people around, and you leave a bag around, yeah, that can be certainly deemed suspicious. And we want to make sure that our kids are safe here. And in doing so, we're doing our job.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So yeah, he is going to check it out, and I expect him to, as my officer, to do that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. And who do I speak to about this? As far as like
You're talking to him.
All right. And you're saying that my rights weren't violated at all
No,
in
if
any
he
way?
checked it out, if you weren't sitting in the back of his car and this is a personal contact, okay, and he wants to know who you are, he could have went down the road of obstruction, but he didn't.
That's a secondary charge. Obstruction. You have to have
You haven't been charged with anything yet.
Right. So how could he charge me with obstruction?
Because we don't know who you are. Right now, as we stand, I still don't know who you are.
I don't have to identify unless I've committed a crime.
Okay. That's not true.
That's
And you need
100% true.
You need to look at, then it's called Terry stop, okay? He deemed it suspicious.
A Terry stop doesn't mean I have to give away my rights. That's just a frisk. That's a CC.
Did he frisk you?
That's
Did he pat you down?
Right, that's a Terry stop.
It is a person-to-person contact.
Right, it's consensual. I don't have to tell you who I am unless I've committed a
He
crime.
hasn't done anything wrong, and neither have you. And we're gonna leave it at that.
He illegally searched my bag and took my ID, and he
I've explained
ID'd
this
me.
to you.
I have a right to privacy as a private citizen.
When you leave it in a parking lot and walk away from it and drive away from it, like he said you did,
But I didn't do that.
okay, but that's what he's saying. I can only go based on what he said. I don't know what was here because I wasn't here. But he said you left it be. You
The
said you let
bag's
it be.
right there, and I'm right here.
Okay, don't know.
You're right here. The bag's there, there, and you're here. How do you not know? You pulled up. You pulled up when he was questioning me with my bag sitting right there.
How am I supposed to know everything that was going on when I'm pulling up to a scene not knowing exactly what's taking place? How am I supposed to know that?
Well, you know that I'm right here still, so I didn't pull away from the bag.
Hey, I don't even know where the bag was at.
It's sitting
Yeah,
right
quite
there.
honestly. Okay.
You watched him go over there and grab it. Come on, man. Come on.
So you leave a bag around. I just got done explaining to you.
I'm just saying, if you're saying this is 100% legal, what just happened here, you're saying this is 100%
I
legal?
don't, if you have anything else you want to talk to my lieutenant about it, you want to talk to the chief about it, be my guest. Okay?
All right.
What he did is trying to keep the kids safe, and I'm sure you can respect that.
I can respect that
And he's talking to you
100%,
about it.
but not
Nobody
my
got detained as far as being put in handcuffs, being put in a car.
No, he detained
You're
me.
out here. All right, I'm sorry.
Did he, so am I still being detained right now? Because he left
You're
with.
talking to me, and you still have me on camera.
But he's the
We're
one
having a
that.
discussion.
But he's the one that detained me, and he took off without saying I was not being detained anymore.
He said we're done.
So I'm not being detained right
Nobody said you're being detained right now. You can walk away if you want to.
now. But he's detained me. Is what he said. He said I was being detained.
At that point, you said you were detained, but you still weren't in handcuffs. You weren't putting anything. He was just trying to figure out what was going on.
Right, but I was being detained for.
I need to explain to you.
All right, can I have your business card?
Yeah, sure. This is who it was.
Right, but. You're saying that I have to identify upon request, and that's not correct. I don't have to identify who I am unless I've committed a crime. And I think you might want to.
Okay, have a safe day.
You too. Who's your lieutenant?
Lieutenant Waters.
Waters. Tennessee Township.